culture, your one-stop destination for everything pop culture. My name is Aston, and today we're going to do a new show. We're going to call it Lost Culture Movie News. Basically, we're going to break down all the stories that's going on, and it's going to be a daily show. We're going to try to make it a daily show, and basically break down all the movie news, what it means, and how it affects your favorite movies going on or coming out. So first thing we jump into this week, I'll make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the video, or share it so your friends can see. Like, it's a new series. We're trying to see work out with some things on our channel, and like, all right, just stay with us and see how we're gonna do with this. All right, now the first thing of the day, we got the box office. So in this week, it's no surprise, we got Doctor Strange coming in at #1. Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, Marvel. We knew this movie was going to do numbers. No one knew how big this movie was going to be until it came out. Like, once they dropped that 15-minute little presentation, everybody got to go see in IMAX. That's when everybody knew like this movie was going to be big. And obviously, it's not as big as Avengers or anything. It did 84.9 million. I think on Thursday night it did. Was it 9? I think it was 9 million just that night alone. That's when everybody knew like, oh, this movie's going to be pretty big. Well, the world total, I think it's 325 million now. So this movie is doing really well. Like, this movie is doing pretty good. I think it's the word. It was the hardest movie they had to do this year. We see with this movie, it presses Disney past that 6 billion mark. So Disney alone had a really good year this year. I'm glad to see that. For #2 in the box office, we got Trolls with 45.6 million. I knew it was going to be big. Like, I knew it was going to be #2. I knew like, it was going to be up there. I just didn't know how close it was going to actually be because I didn't hear too many people talking about it. Obviously, a lot of people went to see it. A lot of families went out and seen it, which makes it a little easier for these animation movies. They normally get the families to come out. Otherwise, like Doctor Strange and things, might just get singles or like just 1 or 2. But with Trolls, you gotta pay for a ticket for everybody. So you know those numbers are gonna be a little bit higher than usual. So I honestly went and took my daughter to see it this weekend. She enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it. I saw some of the reviews. I don't understand. Like, they say like there's not really too much there for parents, but the music actually gets you in. Like, I love the music. Justin Timberlake. So going on from there, we got Hacksaw Ridge. Hacksaw Ridge coming in #3, 14.7. So we see all the 3 big movies that came out this weekend are all #1s. And a lot of people didn't know how good this movie was going to do due to the director, but we see they marketed this movie. They did not have his name on here at all. They did not want him anywhere near this movie, like as far as his name wise. And it turned out well. It's like still a small movie, 14.7. It's actually really good. I actually wanted to see this movie. I didn't get a chance to see it this weekend. I'm definitely going to check it out before the end of the week. I might put a review up for it, but I really did like enjoy Strange and Trolls. I've seen Strange already 3 times already. So, and you need to see that in 3. Like, the 3D IMAX is where you want to see Doctor Strange. That's the best way to see it. Now, going into Madea Halloween, that comes in at #4. We got Inferno coming in at 6.2. We got The Accountant at 5.9. We got Jack the Reacher at 5.5. We got Ouija coming in with 5.2. We got Girl on a Train with 2.7. And we have Miss Peregrine's House for Peculiar Children, 2.1. These movies are just sticking in there. And it's cool to see. I love seeing how this stuff is working out now. Now, going from there, that's really on behalf of our box office. I love to see Doctor Strange. It did more than everybody expected to do. I think it was projected for 75 million or something like that. And we see it hit almost 85 million. And this might be adjusted. These are the final numbers. These aren't really the official numbers. These were the numbers that were projected when the last time I checked up. They will be adjusted sometime by noon. We're doing this before noon, so by noon it'll be either decreased or increased. So going on from there, we got the Jumanji Remake or sequel, whatever they're calling it. It's delayed. And how did we get this information? We got it on social media. Who would have thought these days and age, most of our media news or some of our biggest stories from like movie news will be coming from social media. We got The Rock releasing information, and he actually released it on his Instagram with this right here. He says, "We were always slated to be released summer of 2017, but after months of shooting and editing our movie together, we realized we have a huge family franchise. We have a huge family franchise on our hands that's full of Christmas wishful fulfillment, fun and heart." Johnson wrote on Instagram, "Like so many of us, this is my favorite time of the year, and I love delivering holiday entertainment." So that was that's a tweet, but the little Instagram status he put out with the original picture he tweeted out with him, Kevin Hart, they're all in the jungle, and this was I don't really mind it being pushed back. It's only pushed back until the holiday season for 2017. It was initially released, I think, for like July or like the summer of 2017, but only pushed back a couple months. It's not really too much to worry about. Maybe they did realize once they seen this, hey, this is a pretty big movie. I don't understand why they're pushing it back though, because maybe they're hoping to get spillover from the Star Wars, because we know Star Wars is coming out. So it's actually gonna be Episode 8. Are they trying to compete with Episode 8? I feel like both of these movies can live in that area, but it's definitely going to be spaced out. Maybe a week or two before Star Wars, or maybe even like after Star Wars. Maybe do like around Christmas. That'd be a good way. Like you can like do Jumanji, kind of like rewrite the script, and see like Jumanji is actually maybe a game someone got for Christmas, and you can work it in like that. That'd be a perfect way to get it into the season of the month. Obviously, it's in the jungle. It's pretty warm. Not really going to fit the climate that most Americans have for winter. But if they work it in, make it like a Christmas gift, because we know it's supposed to be more of a game and not an actual environment. So if they work it as if maybe it was a Christmas present someone got for Christmas, and they got transformed into their avatars, that'd be a good way to work this movie over. And that's what we got. We're going to move on to the next story. Our next story is Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage. It released this trailer, I believe it was on Thursday, and it already has 100 million views. It had 100 million views by, I think, Saturday night, Sunday morning. So maybe another one. It was released on Vin Diesel's Facebook page. The original Triple X trailer took, like, I think, almost a week to get 100 million views. But what can I say about Triple X? I didn't get a chance to see this new trailer. I might do a reaction to it. I'll do a reaction to it later on today since it had so many views. Obviously, there's a want for this movie. I don't really feel it. I seen the first trailer. I did a reaction for it. I'll link it in the description. But I really was not feeling it. It was so over the top. It's so over the top. And it sucks because I'm a big Triple X fan. I love number 1. I like number 2. Even though Xander was in it, Vin Diesel was in it, Triple X. I know a lot of people like dump on Triple X to Stay in the Union, but I actually enjoyed it for what it was. I'm not saying Ice Cube was the best action star or the best person fit for that role, but I did enjoy it. Now, going from there, I can't believe I didn't think this was going to be this big of a movie. Like, it might do, I don't think it's going to do 100 million, but it's doing pretty good right now. So, I got to applaud it. Like I said, it's still so weird that Vin Diesel released this on his Facebook page instead of just going, but hey, if it works, you can't complain. It's working, and obviously just got to his core fans a lot faster than the original one, the first method they went through. Now, moving on, we got some news for the Spiderman Homecoming Marvel Sony collab. We see they got Michael Giacchino as he's going to be scoring the movie. Now, you might be familiar with some of his work on like Rogue One. He was in Doctor Strange. Now he's on Spider-Man. So obviously Disney is enjoying the work he's doing. He's already worked on 2 Disney films. He's working on a 3rd Disney/Sony film, 2nd Marvel film. And I think he's a really good fit. I think he'll be really good for this. I don't have any issues with it. Spider-Man, I'm pretty sure it's done with principal now. Everything's in post. That's really good. And I haven't heard any bad news about this Spider-Man yet. And I'm still really excited to see this. I can't wait for this to actually hit theaters. I'm definitely going to be there. And that's really all we have for that story. So now we're going to move on to our next story on the list, which is going to be Justice League. Justice League has they kind of it's gonna be weird. Like they cast it for Steppenwolf, even though the movie's done shooting. I believe it's already in post. Sharon Hines, which a lot of people be familiar. Like, it's okay, they're already casting Steppenwolf because the character is going to be a CGI character. This character's already been seen in Batman vs Superman. I'm confused. Was that not him doing the voice? Because why are they announcing the casting now? Or maybe he had already been. Obviously, he's been cast for a while because the movie's in post. They're already shooting his scenes. I don't know. I don't know why they're announcing this now. I don't understand why they didn't announce it earlier. Like, it's not that big of an issue. Not even that big of a thing, honestly. I know a lot of people be like, oh, the Justice League or DC League, the DC Universe is not that good right now. Why are we talking about this? But I don't understand why they're rather announcing this so late. It could have been announced. It's not like Steppenwolf is a big character that everybody was excited about. So holding off on this isn't really that big of news. Even though everybody wants to know who's get casted in these big superhero movies, but besides that, there's not really too much to it, and it's not really a big deal because we know Lupita, she does her Maz. It was a big story when Lupita announced that she was going in to film her Maz scenes, even though the movie was already in post. Who else did this? I'm pretty sure someone did this with the Marvel movies. I can't really remember. Oh, Thanos. They did it with Thanos too. Josh Brolin. They did it with Thanos. They finished the movie, then shot his scenes real quick. So it's not that big of a deal. Like, they've done this multiple times in many movies. Disney's infamous for this, so it's not really that big of an issue at this time in place. Now, moving on to another movie, Predator. Well, The Predator, what they're titling it now. Shane Black's new movie. We got a couple of news out of it. We found out that it's not going to be centered in suburbs. I forgot where he said it was going to be labeled at, but we see he's came out and said the movie's not going to be in the suburbs. We got got some casting information. We got Olivia Munn's going to be playing a character inside the new movie. You might be familiar with her with what was she in? She was in X-Men. She played Psylocke. We seen her in she has a new movie coming out. The Christmas Party, I believe it's called. They just released a new trailer over the weekend too. This is it's going to be a fun movie. They said she's going to be playing a scientist. So we don't really get a character name. They got the most they gave us was a description where she's going to be playing a scientist. Obviously, she's going to be playing opposite of Boyd Holbrook. And right now he's playing a Special Forces Commando. And it's we don't really know too much about the movie. We know the movie is going to be penned by Fred Decker, and it's going to be shooting in February. It's kind of aiming for a March 2nd look. It's going to be March 2nd of 2008. 2018 is when this movie is going to be shooting for. And I think that's going to be good. The last Predators movie wasn't that big of a hit, but I don't see why this one won't land. It's kind of I'm assuming it's going to be more of a reboot. I haven't heard too much information about it, but I don't really have too much. I think it's going to be pretty good. I don't have any issues with it. Now, going on from there, we got our first news from the Starship Remake. They finally hired some writers to pen the script. We're going to get the Baywatch writers, Mark Swift and Damian Shannon. I think these two are a perfect fit for this film. Everyone remembers the original was a classic. And a lot of people will be yelling, why are they redoing this? It's not that big of a deal. Even if this movie isn't as good as the first one, we still have the original version to look at. So it's not that big of a deal to start being in an upstorm about. But this is what we got. Like, it's gonna be a good. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be a good movie. I can't say that at the moment. I'm not the biggest fan of Starship. I know I have a lot of Starship Troopers. We have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends who are though, and they really enjoy this movie. But for me, I can really care. I don't really care less about it. But besides that, I know a lot of people are fans of Starship Troopers. So for that movie news, we know who's writing the script now, and or at least reworking the script, and that's what we're going on to. And for our final story of the day, we got a new Lego Batman trailer. Now this trailer I really enjoyed this trailer. I'm going to be posting a reaction to it later on today. Pretty funny trailer. I enjoyed it. It was like what is like our 4th or 5th Batman trailer. I can't believe we're this far in. And I have hopes for the movie. I know a lot of people didn't have hopes for the Lego Batman. Not Lego Batman, but for the Lego movie, which I enjoyed. I love the Lego movie. Going on to the Lego Batman movie, I feel like it seems like they're taking a lot of the same elements from it. I heard him yell, I heard Batman say something about Master Builder mode, which you remember, if you remember Lego, they had the whole story about finding the Master Builder. So I'm glad they're bringing some of the Lego canon. I'm glad they're bringing over some of the canon from the Lego movie and trying to tie this world in as a whole. But that's really all we have today. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. My name is Aston. You can find all my social media links inside the description box. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm thinking about adding some more segments. If you guys have any opinions or anything, some movies you wish we would have covered we didn't cover, add it inside the comment section. We can talk about it. Let me know what you did feel about these the topics we covered today. And as always, stay lost.